Now that I'm recording, can you explain your contraption just one more time?
Yes, yes. So when I record or when I stream and when I record, right? Because I'm sitting in a living room, so it's really difficult. Like when I'm facing my TV, I don't have a good mic stand. And I'm like, oh, I've got this old guitar stand that's broken because the legs don't lock anymore.
Is that why they're
I'm like, this
taped?
Yes, well, they're taped so that these little dealios don't like flip down. I mean, the lock still kind of works, but it's like broken, so if you put enough force on it, it still pops up. So I'm like, it can't hold my guitars anymore. It's gonna flop and fall over, and it's gonna break. And the other night, just before we started streaming Split Fiction, I was like, I need a better mic setup because I'm so sick of having stuff falling on my desk. I'm so sick of having my microphone sit in the fork for the neck of the guitar. So I was like, what can I what can I make out of masking tape and the random crap around my basement? And yeah, this is what I came up with. Um, the hole is punched out in the center of this foam so that it sits here in this little U shape. And then, like I said, I took your old mic stand that you gave me and I taped, hard to see, but there's a glue stick that's taped around one of the legs so I can push it in the hole and then it holds it. I tape these two legs down so it stays upright. And then I can take my acoustic foam and I can set it around here. And then with the use of your one sound muffling thing with the rubber band around the front of it, I can stick it in there. This is this is a perfect setup. And then I can just put this on the ground right right in front of me while I play so that I can record and stream. And it works beautifully. Although I do have to have because it's a tripod and the back leg is shorter than the front two legs, I have like a couple of pieces of this foam sitting on the back leg so that stand is actually like vertical. I can have it
You,
next to me and it works
the
beautifully.
the parts that you like this is a 50-50 project between stuff you found and stuff I've given you in the past.
And some people might say like, "Oh, Ian, why don't you go to like a store or online and get a mic stand?" One, I'm cheap, and two, there's nothing that touches the heart more than a homemade piece of engineered equipment made out of a glue stick, several strands of masking tape, and home ingenuity. That is the winning
Def-
ticket right there.
Definitely not worth it to buy something like this for $30 that has lasted me a decade. This has lived in
Listen,
3 states with me.
see, here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. I never think of these issues until I run into them. And so it's an in the moment like I need something that works better for my microphone. Well, shit. It's not like I can go on Amazon and just insta order one like right here into my basement. I know what I'll do. I'll make a homemade contraption that will get me through this night of recording, and then it'll be perfect. And then after I use it and I'm done with it, I forget all about it until the next time, and I go, "Oh yeah, I'm still using this thing." And then by the time I get to the point where I remember, "Hey, I could order a mic stand," it's like, "Wow, this thing's working fine. It's working perfectly. It's exactly what I needed to do. There's no reason no reason for me to get a mic stand now. I've got my homemade contraption. It
You were
does
def
everything I need."
you were definitely raised in nowhere, Minnesota, where there's nothing but farmers. Because farmers just take whatever they find and like, yeah, I'll make it work.
Listen, listen. I am an engineer at heart, and these oh, contraption. Do you want to see what I use to prop my mic stand up?
I would love
It's just,
to.
it's just three pieces of foam. There's masking tape. I did like the masking tape and wrapped it around itself, and then I just stuck it on the bottom side to hold it in place. You just put the leg right in there and put that on the ground, and it works, and it holds it up. and it's perfect. It does everything I need it to.
I'll have to put a picture of how your camera is set up to really just seal the deal with how
See
your setup is. Like,
my my PlayStation Move PS3 camera
I should have a side by
matching.
side of your setup versus my setup.
Hi guys, we're professionals, right? Joe, you're the pragmatic, you're the trendsetter. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, I need a recording space. All right, so I need to get some of this, I need to get some of this, I need to get some of that. And then I'm down here in my basement, like, I got some duct tape, some chicken wire, a couple of old 2x4s, and a piece of rope. I can make this work. And away, but it's a miracle I have two monitors. I wouldn't have two monitors if it wasn't for my girlfriend. She got me the second monitor, and that's the only reason I had two monitors.
Literally spent $200 on the lights I use.
Do you want to see? So so do you want to see what I use? So like some Xbox games, you could use like a wireless mouse and keyboard. Do you want to see what I use for my mouse pad setup when I'm
I
in my
would
chair?
love to.
Okay, hang on, I gotta reach it here.
I am so excited and so scared at the same time.
So when we got this TV for my little like man cave down here, we had to get one of those wall mount things, hang it on the wall, and we kept the box. And coincidentally, oh god,
Oh no.
I gotta turn off my camera background because I can't see it. We kept the box, and so it's a wall mounting box for a TV with my mouse pad on it,
Is
and
there
then I could
anything
just
in the box?
no, it's empty. It is empty, but it works perfectly. There was a period of time for about it was like a month or two where I used my notebook for a mouse pad. I, I needed I needed something for my mouse to be able
This
to sit
this
on.
this is my mouse pad. It is a Rawlings mouse pad Debbie got me.
Oh, it
Also,
looks like home plate.
yeah, it's super cool. This is also more expensive than your mic setup.
That thing probably costs more than my entire setup down here combined.
I could say it probably costs as much as your mic.
The only
Because your
reason I have
girlfriend
this
asked me about the mic before she got it for you, so I know the price.
the acoustic foam down here is only thanks to Joe. The only reason I have acoustic foam down. That was actually one purchase I was considering making until Joe was like, "Hey, I've got like two
Dude,
boxes of this stuff that I
I,
don't use anymore. Do
I,
you want it?"
yeah, I'm recording in my kitchen. I got a tote and 2 garbage bags full.
Oh God. Oh, it's wonderful.
Can't wait
It's
to do
fantastic.
my side of the setup. To be like, yeah, here's my dual monitors, my dual lights. I mean, you guys see my microphone every video, and then my $3,000 PC I built.
I'm over here running a 7-year-old laptop. She's still doing good. My MSI Raider. It does well, but I really need to build a computer, but I feel like I'm gonna screw it up royally because I don't know the first thing about making computers. And everyone's like, "Oh, you just go online, look up tutorial videos." Yeah, the problem is that every tutorial video has like something different. Like someone's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm building an AMD with this and this," and then the next person's like, "I'm building this one with Intel iCore," and then the next one is what the hell, Raider, Ryzen
Ryzen.
something or other.
Ryzen.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know what any things are. I don't know. Do they all work with each other? If I
PC
get
part
one,
picker.
can they
Have you
help
ever
me
heard of
build
that?
them? I've heard of what's it called? Newegg, I think.
Well,
Newegg or
that's where
something
you
like
buy
that.
everything from.
Okay.
So, PC Part Picker, fun fact for anyone, you can put in different, like, to a T, everything you would like in your computer, and it will tell you if everything's compatible with each other.
It'd be a very long
That
trial and error
I've
process,
used
but
that a lot. But yeah, I had a buddy of mine who, like, it took us like 9 hours to build my computer to make sure everything fit, and he did like 95% of the work because I was scared
nice.
and he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, and that's my biggest fear is that I'm gonna spend all this money to build myself a nice PC, and then I'm gonna like put the thermal paste on like the wrong side or something, and then like a week into using that computer, it burns up.
Yeah.
Hey, I got 20 questions.
Also, something that's over.
Anything else
Is,
I got here? I keep your old microphone here just in case I ever need it for any reason. You know, it's good to be prepared. That just stays waiting for the day that I need it again. I have several cables that are not currently being used by anything, but they are there.
I have this
Just
mic, and then my backup mic is like $200. That picked up way too much noise. So for getting a pod mic, excuse me, which my go-to brand for microphones is Rode. I love Rode. Rode makes great mics.
I don't even know what this one is. CAD Audio U49. Beautiful.
This is a pod mic from Rode. I had to wait like a month because they were being back ordered, but
Maybe
very
I
much
should get
worth
one.
it.
'Cause I'm constantly messing with my I just recorded more Driver 3 the other night, and I had my volume turned down too much, I guess. And so it's like so quiet. I'm having to toggle the audio so much because it's so quiet when I listen to it.
Is there anything else to your setup you want to add?
No, I don't think so. I've got a heating pad to keep my feet warm. That's it.
I have the heat register like down, like if I just reach my foot out, I can put it there.
Ah, professional. Professional on every level. I am amazing. You know, you just sometimes you gotta just work with what you got. Oh, I wish I could show this. Um, so the desk that I have was given to me by my buddy because he didn't have a use for it anymore, and it's one of those like cheap Walmart particle board desks. And where it's currently set up, the ground in the basement is not quite level. It leans forward a little bit. And so the little cabinet door on this thing swings open. And so I took one of those. I don't know if I have any of them currently down here. Wait, I think I have one in here. I took one of these little like wall mounting hooks that you like put the 3M sticky tape, and I just taped it onto the side, and I bent the little tab out to a 90-degree angle, so I flip that tab and it holds the door closed, and then when I want to open it, I just flip the tab open and open the
That's actually
door.
pretty smart.
Tape. Tape is my friend. Tape is very much my friend.
Well, I wasn't
Um,
expecting to
oh,
do. Oh boy, you got more.
I was just gonna say one more thing because I thought about it. So the it's hard to see, but like the blue that you see right here in the base, kind of, if I can get this
Yep.
close without it
Is that a
going.
rubber
So
band?
it is not. It is actually so the legs on your old mic stand, the plastic was like cracked and so it's kind of worn out. So like when you open the legs to set it down, they kind of want to like do the little sploot and they don't want to stand upright. So in order to fix that, I have an old iPod fourth generation case, one of those rubber ones. And so I just cut rings out of that and then cut a hole in the middle of them and fitted it over the bolt to add extra pressure onto the legs so that they hold solid when you open them up.
Why was I thinking it was going to be normal?
I don't know. I got a whole bunch of like chains here for if I ever need to hang anything. I could just use these and rubber bands. Well, we got rubber bands too. I've got this. I don't know what it does, but I have it. It's here if I need it.
I wasn't expecting to do a setup video tonight, but
Well, here we are. I want everyone to know that you don't have to spend a lot of money in order to do a podcast. If anyone out there wonders why my end always seems to be grainy and laggy and whatever, this is the reason why. It's because of my setup. This PlayStation 3 camera, by the way, is like over a decade old. It's like 15 years old.
I think mine's like 2 or 3 years old.
I could probably upgrade
it's
and
a
get something
Logitech.
1080p. Yeah, I could probably get something that's 1080p, but why do that when I got this thing here and it works just as well? That's also why you see, like, Joe, you can touch the edge of your screen, but mine cuts off right here. Because this thing still displays in the old resolution like 640 by 480 or something.
Yeah, I'll have to do a setup video on my own, I guess, now, all of a sudden.
You're welcome. Glad I could be of help.
Okay, I was going to do this big setup with like showing my camera, everything from my lights to my monitors to everything, but it just became so much of a mess to even do, so I will try to explain things as best I can. Start with my lights because I can just grab this. It is a Neewer, that's actually the brand, model NL660. I got these as a kit, a 2-for-1 off of Amazon. They work very, very well for podcasting, and I can adjust the lights as much as I want. I won't do it here, but I can have the cooling light. I can have it warm light. Very, very nice. My camera is a Logitech 1080p HD webcam. I have an AOC curved, I think, 32-inch monitor. It's been so long since I've actually looked at my whole setup and like remembered everything. So I have that as my main camera, or monitor. That's the one I look into from the camera. And my other monitor is just a Sharp TV. That's what I got on this side. For my keyboard and mouse setup, I have Alienware that my fiance got me. Alienware. I can't even see what kind of mouse this is. Oh well. And then an Alienware keyboard to go with it, with the resting thing. For my computer, I actually don't remember a lot of the specs because I built it myself 5 years ago, and I tried to look up all my stuff on PC Part Picker, and I was unfortunate in finding any information, but I believe I have a Ryzen water cooling. Sorry if I'm messing this up completely. It's been so long. An AMD processor, a 2080 Super graphics card, and I have 19 terabytes. Yes, 19 terabytes of storage on this thing. I originally got it with 3 terabytes of storage, and then I added a 16 terabyte, which after 5 years, I still have 11 terabytes left. highly recommend if you do any sort of content creation, just load up on a bunch of terabytes. It helps so much. I never have to worry about running out of space. But honestly, I could probably free up a ton if I went through some of these files. And I do have an Elgato capture card in here as well, along with a 250 gigabyte SSD. And I just mostly have some of my video games on it to help it run a little bit more smooth. I haven't really gone through a lot of the stuff on my computer in so long that I'm probably way overdue to mess around with things, delete stuff, and allocate the SSD to other things to make things run more smoothly on the stuff I actually use all the time. Yeah, this video was kind of just a spur of the moment thing. Ian started talking about his setup a lot, so I wanted to show some of my setup and talk about it. And I know I kind of did in the video, but I'm recording this like 2 weeks later, so I don't quite remember everything I said. But I hope you guys enjoy. Regardless, happy Memorial Day, and I hope you guys had a safe 3-day weekend. Thank you for BSing with us. Subscribe to become a Bud Today. It is free and easy, and we will see you next time when we actually have a bit of a channel update. So stay tuned for that. And as always, take her easy.